I was reading a book, Blacks in Bondage, and I came upon this story, which became an investigation. I'm Jarrell Robinson, and I'm now working directly with the University of North Carolina to find the truth. The case? In 1850, on the Pettigrew plantation, a carpenter by the name of Frank Buck was caught stealing meat and other provisions. He had built a secret trapdoor to the larder, which we call the meat house. He was 29 and described as having a smartness of both body and mind. Those were the words of his enslaver, William Pettigrew. Frank was put in irons, confessed, and promised to be a better man. 7 years later, Frank Buck, now 37, decided to stop stealing provisions and start stealing capital. This wasn't a solo act. This was a conspiracy. This time he wasn't alone, he had his crew. And this time, it wasn't a trap door. It was false keys. Keys that Frank, the master carpenter, had likely forged himself. Keys that opened his master's house. They didn't run empty-handed. They took 160 in gold and silver, a massive sum for the time. A $100 reward notice was issued for Frank, describing him as 5'9", 140 pounds, a small scar on his forehead, and very polite in his manners. However, they were caught. The entire crew was captured, flogged, and locked in the plantation's penitentiary. Their enslaver, William Pettigrew, was disgraced. He canceled Christmas and cut off their molasses rations and forbid anyone from visiting the lake. And this is the cold case. In January 1858, Pettigrew wrote a letter, furious. Frank Buck, despite the beatings and the jail time, was still refusing to tell him where the money was.
No. You ain't getting a thing from me.
The record goes silent. Frank was sold down to New Orleans. The ultimate fate of Venus, Jack, Patience, and Bill is unknown. The story ends with a final act of defiance, but the investigation continues. Working directly with Matthew Turry, manuscripts research and instruction librarian at the Wilson Special Collections Library at UNC Chapel Hill, to make sure we get the rest of this story. Today, the land that was the Pettigrew plantation is now Pettigrew State Park in North Carolina. You can walk the same grounds that Frank Buck and his crew lived and worked on, and perhaps the same grounds where the treasure is still buried.